What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you are new here. I am SamiHallSays, and I am known for talking a pot of cock on the TikTok and on Facebook and on Instagram, occasionally on Twitter, but to be honest, I do not understand that app. But I'm there, and now I'm here on the YouTube as well. Welcome to this week's Blêrie News, where I share with you some of the things that happened in the news this week. Before we jump into the video, subscribe. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Honestly, guys, I've been trying to do this video for hours now. Hours. And I keep getting interrupted. Now there's a beetle. I don't know if you spotted him, but he keeps flying into my forehead when I try to film. Is this video gonna get finished one day? Okay, guys, so we start off today's news with a question, and that question is, Internet, what the hell is wrong with you? I've asked that question many a times. Never got an answer though. Anyway, we start off today with a Twitter thread. You know that app I spoke about earlier that I do not understand, that one. If you see a beetle flying around in the background, it is because no one wants me to finish this video ever. Yeah, there will be constant interruptions. We just have to deal with it at this point. Anyway, a lady put on Twitter, my husband and I wake up every morning and bring our coffee out to the garden and sit and talk for hours. Every morning. It never gets old and we never run out of things to talk about. I love him so much. When I saw this tweet, my first thought was, wow, there are spouses who do not hate each other. That's nice. How wholesome. That was what I was thinking. No, the internet disagreed. This post is problematic and offensive. Let me tell you why. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? So someone commented. Is it a comment or a reply? What do you call it on Twitter? A reply, I think. Don't you guys go to work? Yeah, because that's what the tweet said. We sit around the whole day talking. That's what the tweet more said. So the lady replied, not that she needed to explain herself, but anyway, she replied, we do. I own a business and he teaches yoga and is a professional skateboarder, so we work when we want, which is always later in the day. Mornings are sacred around our house. Then someone said, this guy said, I wake up every day with chronic pain and wash my OCD medication down with an iced oat milk latte, but whatever, potato, am I right? What I do not understand, people of the internet, once again, is how can you read something that someone said about their relationship with their husband and go, this is about me. I hope you know how privileged that sounds. I bet most people have sacred things but aren't as lucky. Doctors, teachers, social workers, and many more. Do you hear yourself, internet people? This is not a normal response to a tweet like that. A lady saying she enjoys spending time with her bloody husband and having conversations, and you go, I hope you know how privileged you sound. Being available in the morning and having conversations and coffee with your husband in the garden doesn't make you privileged or rich. Now does it? I used to be a waiter. I had many mornings to myself because I did the afternoon/night shift. Was I privileged? Was I rich? No, I bloody well was not. I was working minimum wage, not even, because in South Africa, most waiters don't even get paid. They work only on tips. Before you ask, yes, it is against the law, but nobody cares. I was so privileged for having the morning to myself. Doesn't this woman realize that some people don't even have a husband? And now she's here bragging. How dare she? Someone asked here for hours. But what if you weren't inherently wealthy and have work and stuff? LOL. Again, having time to speak to your husband does not make you wealthy. What are you guys on about? It sounds weird because we can laugh about it now, but this upset me. Like, you can't put anything on the internet anymore and someone would find a way to be pressed about it. Stop it. Stop it. This lady took the cake. She said, she's a small business owner and he's a skateboarder. They are living off the exploited labor of others. Nothing about that is cute or aspirational. This person replied to that lady who was like, you're exploiting people because you are a small business owner. This guy said, imagine thinking allowing people to trade their labor for money is them being taken advantage of. Where is this thinking being taught? It's completely unnatural to think this way. I agree with you, Mr. Sir. You are talking sense there. That is how it works. You pay someone to provide a service to you. For example, this is my merch. Plugging my merch. This is my merch. This cup is my merch. Okay. So, I use another small company. They manufacture it for me. I pay them. I'm supporting a local small business. I then sell my merch at a profit. That is what keeps the economy going. Think before you type, people. Please, man. Please, man. Also a good point. Shame on the haters who apparently have plenty of time to shame you for sharing something pure in an often hellish world. Yes, lots of people have it terribly, but that doesn't mean you aren't allowed to have precious moments and even share them. Facts. Facts. Blêrie. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning at all, and the only coffee they get is the bullets from the gun that shot them dead because they live in war zone. But I'm glad you are able to enjoy your mornings. Okay. I am making an announcement to everybody watching me. It is a rule. As long as there is bad things happening in this world, you are not allowed to be happy. Do you understand me? It's extremely offensive for you to be happy when there's bad things happening in the world. You can resume being happy when, only if and when, the world is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna end off with this because this was hilarious to me. Okay, this is now people making fun of all the people who were for real seriously pressed. Okay, this guy said, it's actually very problematic for you to talk about how you are happy and in love, because sometimes when I'm eating Pringles, I can't fit my whole hand into the Pringles can. Like, I can get my hand like 4 inches into the can, but then I have to tilt the can into my mouth. Someone replied to that and say, oh, Mr. Privileged has Pringles. I have to eat newspaper. Then someone responded to that and said, eating newspaper, huh? How many trees had to be murdered so that you could have your brunch? I'm so triggered and offended. I laughed at this part because it was funny, but the sad part is that is not even out of the realm of possibility. There's nothing you can say or do on the internet that's not gonna make someone angry. This lady was saying I love my husband. How dare you, madam? Check your privilege. Coffee. Anyway, this was ridiculous. Guys, like whatever is happening on the internet, can we stop with this business, please? Because the way that people comment on social media, it's not normal life. It's not how anyone would respond in normal life. Like, imagine you are sitting having coffee with a friend, right? And she goes, yeah, you know, me and my husband I've been really happy. It's been great. Every morning, actually, we sit and we have coffee together in the garden and we just chat. And the friend goes, excuse me? Are you being serious? Do you understand how privileged you sound? How dare you be happy? Some people don't even have husbands. Some people don't even have coffee or a garden. You are not allowed to share your happiness with others. You are not allowed to be happy. Period. End of friendship. I can't with you and your privilege, Blêrie. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It's all I have to say about this. Let's move on to the next segment. Okay, for the next thing that happened this week, we are going to stay with Twitter because the content is gold, guys. The things you find on that app, irreplaceable. Anyway, so this family posted a job, right? For a house manager, au pair, tutor and personal assistant, right? Twitter was upset. They were angry about this. Okay. The qualifications. Graduate must be able to drive with confidence. We will supply the vehicle. They must enjoy cooking. Age between 24 and 30, female. Salary 22,000 rand per month. Bloody, sign me up. Okay, the address is there, what. Now this is where people started to get pressed, because this is going to be your responsibilities, right? Prepare breakfast, lunch and dinner. Drive the kids to and from school. Drive them to extramural activities. Take the children to the doctor if need be. So no, you don't have to take them to the doctor every day, 3 times a day. Work out a holiday program. Help our 10-year-old with his homework and studying. Grocery shopping on Monday and Friday. Ensure the house is neat and in order. Manage and oversee the staff work at the house. So there's other staff at the house. Ensure the cupboards are neat. Run errands. Like taking the dog for a walk. Bathing the dog once a week. Ensure admin is up to date. Bike rasks. Always act professionally. Ensure that the car is neat and clean and washed once a week. Drive the staff to the mall in the afternoons and assist with any other ad hoc tasks. How dare they? How dare they specify what is required by you in return for the 22,000 rand per month. When I first saw this and I saw that people were angry, I started off by seeing what the responsibilities was. And in my mind, I thought, okay, people are angry. They're probably offering like a 5,000 rand salary or something. No, 22,000 rand. There's lots of restaurant managers, branch managers of massive shops that doesn't make that. People are now saying, you know, I'm going to read it to you, don't worry. Let me read to you some of the replies. So if the worker is doing this, what are the actual parents doing? What business of yours is that? The actual parents are probably working so that they can pay your 22,000 rand a month salary. 4 jobs in one. You need superpowers. to do all that, methinks. I don't think so. I mean, if you don't think you are up for the job or it doesn't sound fair to you, you do not have to apply. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people would jump at the opportunity to receive 22,000 rand. Let's not even mention the fact that everything in this job description is what most parents do on a daily basis without getting paid. Now, this is not your children or your family, so that they are paying you to lift and to carry that burden, right? And before people get pressed, I mean, most people can't afford someone to help them, so they are forced to do all of this on their own. But if there's families who can afford extra help, why bloody not? I can't explain, but they sound abusive, and I feel like they'll charge you rent and food and fuel. What are you basing that off of? For me, I prefer, like in their ad, they were extremely detailed about what they want. They made it clear, this is your pay, this is what we expect from you. No room for misinterpretation now, is there? If you do not want to do that job, or you don't think the money is fair for the job, don't do the job, don't apply. These people know that there are only 24 hours in a day. I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. Okay, so they say things like wash the dog, but it's not like you have to wash the dog every day. It's a once a week. Once a week you must take the car to be washed, or whatever the case may be. They are giving all the responsibilities, and you can work your schedule around it. You do the shopping once a week or twice a week, whatever the case may be. People were upset about baking rusks. You don't have to bake the rusks every day. You make a batch. Every few weeks you make a batch. Again, if you don't want to do it, don't apply. Love how they just threw in bake rusks as if it's normal, a normal thing. Is baking rusks abnormal? I mean, rusks exists, which means people bake it. I mean, we don't live in a house where anyone is particularly like cooking and baking the whole day. We are not that type of people, but every now and again my stepmom would bake some rusks, and we would eat that rusks for the next month or two or whatever. It's not abnormal. All of these items here, and y'all still want me to act professional. Crazy. Yes, paying you 22,000 rand a month and then asking you to be professional. Insane. How dare they? They want a mother, PA, chef, tutor, manager, pet sitter, babysitter, driver and event organizer for 22,000. Ain't no way this money is worth it. If that's your feelings, don't apply. Again, I don't think the salary for the responsibilities is out of the question. I don't think it's unfair. They could get a tutor and pay them X amount to come tutor the kid 4 times a week. They can split up these tasks and hire individual people for less money, and it would make up the same amount. But I think there are plenty of people that would jump at an opportunity like this. Like, I feel the salary is fair, and if you don't have to. Don't apply. Again, I don't understand this. Honestly, just my opinion though. Everyone can think whatever they want. I have a lot of opinions on this. I didn't go and comment on it though. If it wasn't for the fact that I don't generally like children, and that I can't bake, I would have done this job. 22,000 rand a month. I can do with that. Anyway guys, my point is, if you see a job opportunity and you don't think it's for you, scroll by, don't apply. Anyway, at this point I think we just like being angry and pressed. Next. Okay guys, now for some international news. 132 bottles of wine costing an average of 27,000 rand each were stolen from a Madrid restaurant. 27,000 rand for a bottle of wine. You only need to work for that other Pretorius family or whatever their name was for 2 months and you can buy a bottle of this wine. Just saying. One bottle was almost a century old and the others were in the owner's family for 3 generations. The robbers made an entrance hole in a pharmacy next door and escaped without tripping the alarms. Well, that is a cock, you know. Not gonna lie, I cannot imagine, no matter how bloody rich I am, spending that much money on wine. I wouldn't even take the time to go and steal it, because why? Why? But whatever floats your boat. I mean, it's just about who you are as a person. My brother, once there's knives, I think it's called Henkel or something in that line, I can't remember, but this knives are like hella expensive, and I was like, who spends that much on a knife? He's not like a, weirdo, he's a chef, that's why he wants knives, just to add that in there. But then his response was, who buys 1,000,000 pens? Can't argue with that, so whatever floats your boat. If you have the money and you like a 27,000 rand wine, go for it. Happy for you. Oh, but now it got stolen. That's a cock, sorry guys. I hope you find the thieves. Speaking of thieves, in some other news, South African actress Terry Petto has been implicated in the lottery corruption scandal. For those of you who do not know, Terry Petto is a South African actress and the lead actress in the movie Tsotsi. I'm guessing she takes method acting to the next level. Tsotsi, Scullum, you know what I'm saying. Next. Oh, hi guys, welcome back. Remember to subscribe while I have you. For this portion, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on this one, because it's interesting to see different points of views. But this article popped onto my phone, and I'm quite bloody interested to hear what you guys have to think about it. So apparently, the Goodwill will no longer be accepting clothing and donations from Kanye West, and all clothes that he has donated in the past will be thrown away. My question to you guys, I would like to hear your thoughts. Is this right? Are we gonna come to a point now where if you run a charity, before someone donates to your charity, you can have a sit down with them and ask them, what is your political opinions? What do you think about this? Like, I want your opinions on every single thing, and if it doesn't sound right to us, we don't want your donations. Like, Kanye West has been in the news a lot recently for a lot of different things. but there are people who don't have clothes, who don't have food. Now you're going to go and throw away expensive clothing that this guy donated to you because you do not agree with his opinions, or because you deem him to be mentally ill, or because, I don't know, he voted for Trump. Like, that means now that you would rather have someone starve than to take a broodjie from Kanye. That's my question. Like, where does that stop now? Are you going to have someone fill in a form every time they donate saying, who did you vote for? What is your beliefs? Are you liberal or Republican? Like, fill in this form about everything about yourself before we will allow you to donate to us. Is that a precedent worth setting? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would enjoy hearing it. Okay, and now we come to the segment called I'm Confused. Mixed messages. Guys, I'm more and more convinced that mainstream media is just not worth looking at. Like, it doesn't tell you anything of anything. Anyway, what I'm confused about today is what is the situation with e-tolls, because I read an article that said Gauteng motorists emerge victorious as e-tolls are no longer. Yay! Great news. But then the next second, it says e-tolls still applies. The National Treasury said South African National Roads Agency, SANRAL, is still legally allowed to collect toll fees on Gauteng's freeways. This is until the Gauteng provincial government commits to a plan on how to fund the highway network and use the tolling mechanism to raise the revenue it would need. What does that mean? Why did they build the cock in the first place? Huh? Blêrie. Anyway guys, that is it for this week's Blêrie news. I hope you learned something. I hope you are not depressed after hearing the news. Thank you for being here. Let me know your thoughts on what we discussed in the comment section, and subscribe. Okay, bye.